If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're very well acquainted with what it feels like to have your energy be drained, for you to just be a light source for people around you, to be taking and taking, and never feeling like the exchange is equal, or like you're consistently in relationships where it's unbalanced, whether that's love or acts of service or consideration, wisdom, common sense, household tasks, holding your family together, being the therapist, having your boss ask you to pick up extra shifts all the time because they know you'll do it, or you're the one pulling all the emotional weight in your relationship. Just a consistent pattern of overgiving your energy and feeling depleted. Even though it can feel like we're the victim in this circumstance, the number one thing to learn and give yourself so you can reverse this pattern is that no one can take or drain your energy without you allowing it. This doesn't mean that it's not going to be hard to get out of that pattern that you've been in, especially when most likely it's been fostered since you were very young in your family structure, and now it's just something that has been amplified in your life across all different avenues. But it starts with that mindset shift of, this is my energy and I can protect this. I am in charge of it. It's your job to protect it, like you are parenting yourself, like you're your own manager. And when people come to you and something is too much energy, you're allowed to say no to it. Sometimes these patterns just get so worked into our being that we don't even realize we are giving away so much energy in so many different parts of ourselves that we really don't need to be doing. We've just been pressured into it. Toxic family structures or toxic workplaces thrive on this sort of person, because you are the perfect person to manipulate and mold and be the perfect little assistant for anyone who needs you to do anything for them. Especially if you have a low sense of self-worth and you feel better about yourself by overgiving something that's been praised maybe in the past for you, and now you source validation from it. I can think of so many different examples throughout different stages of life that show this pattern. You have so many chances to observe it in different forms. Sometimes we get caught up in, this is just the way things are and have to be, and looking at our external reality like we just have to deal with it. But a lot of the times we attract these situations and experiences from this fragmented part of ourselves that is wanting to be made whole, wanting to be healed. So you'll find yourself in more environments with people who misunderstand you or are takers, because it's asking for you to step up and start placing boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being and energy, knowing that this is ultimately the highest and best thing you can do for anybody. We need you to be well-resourced to give and share the kind of love with the world that anchors in that heaven on earth experience. We can't have you drained, because eventually that just leads to burnout. Some examples of overgiving your energy, giving your power away, allowing yourself to be depleted, therefore actively depleting yourself. Over-explaining to people. The people that are on your frequency understand you without even having to speak words. Those who are living in completely different realities with different mindsets and beliefs and fears are not going to be able to understand you. So don't waste your energy over-explaining, even if they're family. Just realize what you can and can't share with people, how much of yourselves you can give, to make sure that it's healthy for you. Also, in the online world, over-explaining when it comes to your content or your comment section. Another example, staying in any conversations or situations that you don't want to be in. Take your power back. You don't have to just go along with things that don't feel in alignment with you. If you're in a more toxic situation with a family member or a workplace or a partner, being able to safely plan that exit and realize when it's taking more from you than it's giving, and allowing yourself to just be really real with yourself so you can get out of there. You may avoid sharing how you really feel about somebody or how somebody's treating you, so that way no one is upset, and keep the boat just smooth sailing, no rocking the boat. Maybe you're conflict avoidant, But either way, this is you giving your power away, and in the end, you're going to feel drained. All of that tension that you felt in your external world is now reversed, and you feel that inside of you. You know that you are betraying parts of yourself and your needs. Another big one is saying yes or no out of guilt. Making a decision that you do not want to make, going somewhere that you do not want to go, being friends with someone that you don't want to be friends with, saying yes to extra shifts that you don't have the capacity to work, going to social events when you are tired. Every time that you say yes when you want to say no, you are betraying yourself. You're not listening to yourself, and you are going to feel that. That's going to be affirmed back to you in your reality, where you experience other people prioritizing things above you, over apologizing for things that are not your fault or are just the natural consequences of things. You're giving your power away. And oftentimes, this frames us as the actual perpetrator in the other person's mind. Because a lot of times people just want to be quick to blame somebody or something. So if you're down to blame yourself, they're down to blame you too. So if you're stuck feeling like a lot of these are true right now, and you just can't hold the weight of everybody anymore, you don't have to. Give yourself the permission to draw your energy back towards yourself. This means reprioritizing yourself and decentering the people who were continuously taking your energy or that you were overgiving to. It feels like they're taking our energy, but please, in your mind, always remember it as overgiving, because this hands the power back to yourself that you are the keeper of your energy. And that yes, a lot of us have been softened and felt forced and manipulated to give our energy away. But it's time to learn now that that is not necessary anymore for you to survive and for you to be worthy of love. So here's what I want you to do to help yourself in these situations. If it's appropriate, ask for time to think about it. Don't ask, actually. Say, I'll get back to you on that. I'll let you know later. And if you need to give a time frame, give a time frame. But you need to separate yourself from the moment when you know that you get swept up in the energy of that and you just feel super pressured to say yes. Just breaking away from that in the first place is going to give you so much more leverage and so much more clarity to figure out, do I have capacity for this? Do I want to do this? Where is that desire coming from? If you were to just continue on with this pattern and let it seep everywhere into your life isn't going to feel like it's your own. You are not directing your own energy. If you notice that you're constantly caregiving and it's not being reciprocated, and it's not just a short-term illness thing and it's more a larger pattern of you being taken advantage of or you overgiving your energy, remember that it's yours, that it's your energy, and you have the ability to step back and give it back to yourself. So instead of obsessing over other people and your relationships to them, start doing good things for yourself. Like meditating is a big one. Journaling, any sort of space with yourself to self-reflect. Maybe you can share about these patterns or just what's up in your world, and just flipping that pattern that you have of putting others above you and putting yourself first. This doesn't mean you turn into a narcissist. It's finding balance and undoing what's been painful for you. Because what's actually in alignment is going to feel good and life-giving. You'll know to find that right balance between self and other, and to give to people that make it feel energizing to give. There's a reciprocal sort of energy, and you can give just for the sake of giving, but make sure that you are attuned to it actually feeling good for you. In the end of things, when you overgive, you end up building resentment. So even though you're trying to do all these nice things, if you're harboring resentment, then in the end, whoever you're doing these things for, likely going to wish that you never even did them or overextended yourself if it's going to lead to these feelings of hatred or self-abandonment. On a soul level, no one else wants you to be self-sacrificing, because we're all tied into this unity. So recognize those soul contracts in your life who are there to take and help you realize this energy imbalance as an opportunity to illuminate the places that you have not been looking at yourself, have not been supporting in yourself, your own heart and feelings and inner world that you just allowed to piece out here and there, giving yourself away till there's nothing left and you don't feel energy, light, motivation, creativity, because you've allowed your energy and your battery to be drained. This is the moment that you reclaim it. This is the moment that you decide to take a step back and stop overgiving, at least one by one, at least cultivating self-awareness, doing it less than you did before. It's not going to be perfect. If you are someone who has this pattern, it's not just going to boom in one day. You're going to come up against a situation with a person that you're used to overgiving to, and you may be met with resistance because they've been used to what you've been giving to them. And it'll naturally have some fallout in your life depending on wherever you're at in your journey. But trust that giving yourself love and attunement is the highest path, and ultimately everyone benefits from it. So if someone can't respect your boundaries and can't respect what you're able to give in a healthy way, then they are not meant to be in your life. You deserve to have healthy relationships. You deserve to be seen as the divine being that you are. You deserve to be supported. And as you continue to embody this more and more, it'll show up in your 3D reality, and you'll be so happy that you did the hard things and made the changes. A lot of the stuff can sound so simple, but when we're used to overgiving, it's really hard to see through the lens of anything else. And it comes through in subtle ways, especially in intimate partnership. I think I'm going to end here for now. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If you're still here, don't forget to press subscribe. Let me know if any of this resonated for you, if you have any other questions or want to share any similar experiences and how you've been shaped by it. I would love to hear in the comments below. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.